Okay. Okay. I'm the executive director of the Beverly Area Planning Association, and I would love to welcome you to our second class of Smart Tech Seniors. And we are so excited that we have nearly 150 local residents registered for our class today. So it's super exciting. It's my pleasure to welcome you and thank our trainer, Claire Richards DeCola. Many of you know Claire from other classes, and she has helped so many people, probably 200 plus neighbors in the neighborhood, how to use their smartphones and their technology, and she understands all of the questions that you might have. She has an MBA in marketing and social media, and she also has her own firm called Amplify 7. So, you know, we are still facing COVID challenges, and the best thing is that technology brings us all together in so many ways. And so, you know, using these tools correctly will help us, and they're more important than ever. Today, we're going to learn about creating groups to receive one email, and we're also going to learn about taking, printing, and sharing photos, joining Facebook groups, they're very helpful, and attending an online group meetings. So these are going to be really, really helpful skills for all of you during these difficult times. Alderman O'Shea and myself have partnered together with Bill Cunningham, State Senator Bill Cunningham, and State Representative Fran Hurley. Kelly Burke from Mercy Circle and Smith Village are all co-sponsors of this. So we're really excited, all of us, to bring this to you. And we're going to have recordings of all of this so you can retrieve them at a later date if you need to. So they'll be up online probably by the end of this week. And Claire has put together everything that you'll need in a document. So it will all be available. So thank you so much. And let's get started. Hi, Claire.
Hi, how are you today? I am really excited to be here again talking to all of you. This is an especially fun class for me because I love talking about how we can share things that we've gathered from our family. So in terms of photos and videos, which is a big portion of what we're going to talk about today. And we're also going to talk about those awesome groups and emails and putting together a lot of the skills that we learned last time. So last time we talked about Zoom meetings and getting groups together through there. So now we're going to talk about doing groups in different ways. So that's going to be emailing and texting and sharing videos and photos. So today's class, we are actually going to do it a little bit differently today. I am going to talk just like I did before and show you helpful tips, but I'm also going to be plugging my phone in and screen sharing with you guys. I think this will help a little bit more in terms of going step by step. I think you'll be able to follow along with instructions. So again, as a review, like Mary Jo said, everything I'm talking about today will be sent to you in an email. So what I want everybody to do today is watch this video, follow along if you can with your phone, okay? And then once this is over and you get all the information together, you'll have this video again and you'll have the presentation. So you can kind of sit down and walk it through again with yourself. So you can kind of review all of these steps. So if you're overwhelmed today, don't worry, don't fret. We will be able to take all of this information in again when you get it in an email sent to you. So the very first thing on our agenda today is group emails. So this is really popular when you are organizing something for your family. For example, right now, because of everything you might be organizing, so recently for Thanksgiving, we did a group Yahtzee, okay? So we sent out an email to everybody on our phone and we set up a time on Thanksgiving for everybody to get together and do a game of Yahtzee virtually. Okay, so this was a great way that we used group emails to arrange it. So we're gonna talk about, the first thing we're gonna talk about is how to set up a group email and how to add people and how to send it. So just so everybody is on the correct video, we are doing all of this because we're iPhone users. Okay, so if you're not an iPhone user, if you're an Android user, you'll go ahead and jump on a different link. This one is all about iPhone. So we're going to talk about how to send a group email on your iPhone. So this is the part where I am going to actually plug in my phone and show you guys step by step while I'm talking about it. I think it will help everybody to visualize it while I'm talking about it. Similar to what we did in class, but now we're just going to be doing it virtually. So let me go ahead and plug in my phone and go ahead and do a screen share of my iPhone. Okay, so I guess you're going to see my emails, but that's okay. I don't have anything very important going on. So this is your email that you should see when you are on your screen. To set up a group email, on the very bottom right, you're going to see a piece of paper with a pen or a pencil, whichever you prefer. And you click on that. Okay. Now we're going to see the to box. So normally when you have the to box, you can type in whichever email address you are trying to send your message to. So for example, if I was going to send it to, oh no, I guess I shouldn't be exposed. I'll do businesses. There we go. So if I wanted to, my new favorite clothing company is Carly Jean. So if I wanted to send her an email, I start typing Carly. Now, because she's already in my phone, she has popped up. I'm going to click on her. So now this email is being sent to just Carly Jean by herself. If I wanted to add more people, I could continue typing again. So now I have Carly Jean. So let's see if Apple has an email address. There we go. Orland Square Business at apple.com. I'll add them. Okay, so now this email is going to two people. It's going to Carly Jean and Apple. How lucky both of those businesses are to receive my wonderful email. And let's throw a third one in just for fun. I can't even think, why can't I think of any businesses right now off the top of my head? How about Belly Up? I think, nope. Chicago. Oh, here we go. The best cake place ever, Bakeable Chicago. Okay, so now you will see on my phone that we have Carly Jean, Apple, and Bakeables, and that this email is going to all of them. Okay? And the front email address, that's me. The subject, I can put whatever I want. So maybe I can put Christmas dinner. I always delete sent from my iPhone. You can actually erase that in your settings if you want to. Sometimes I send it, most of the time I don't, I erase it. So now we have sent now we have 3 people going to Christmas dinner. Now we can say, hi, I am arranging Christmas dinner. And then if you press this arrow, it would send. I'm not going to send it to them only because I don't want them to think I'm crazy. If I want to send them an email in the future for customer service. Oops, sorry, I turned my phone. Okay. Now, helpful tips about, I'm going to delete that. Helpful tips about having a group email is once you've sent that email to however many people you have sending out, you're going to start getting responses. There are 2 ways for people to respond. One way, people can reply, and they will reply just to you. So only you will get the email reply, not all of the people you sent it to. Okay, and that's for your information. Another way is for people to hit reply all. And that's going to go to everybody that you included in the message. So if somebody wants somebody to know everything they're saying, they're going to reply to everybody. If they just want you to know, they're going to reply just to you. And you can do the same thing back. Okay, so a lot of times I get emails and I just need my Uncle David to know the information. I don't really need to let everybody know how many people are going to the party. I really just need to tell Uncle David. So I don't need to reply all to everybody in my family thread because I just need to reply to Uncle David. So I'm just going to hit reply. So there's two. There's reply all and reply. Was it helpful? See, this is the difference between being on a video versus being in person. I'm hoping it was more helpful to see it on my phone versus me just talking about it. Oh, here, a good question. What if I send to a group regularly? Do I have time to enter all their names all the time? Maybe not. If you don't want to, that's a great question. I will show you on, I'll actually screen share again, and I will show you how you can do that. So that's a good question. So she's wondering essentially how she can set up a group email thread so that every time she can type in Richard's family and it will go to those designated email addresses. So I'll go ahead and plug in my phone and show you guys how we can go ahead and do that because it is fun. Sorry, do you see all these? Family. Okay, so we'll go ahead and screen share again, and I'm going to show you. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to create a contact and we're going to add all these emails to that one contact. Okay, so I am in my contacts. That is the phone button. And on the very top right, you're going to see the plus button. That's going to allow you to add a new contact. Okay, so for this purposes, I am going to make this the Richards family email group. That's going to annoy me if it's not capital, so I'm going to switch it. Okay, and you will see that we can add the emails. So this is where you're going to add email addresses that you would want to be in this specific group. So of course, I can't remember everybody's emails by heart. So I'm just going to start randomly entering some in just so that you can see what would happen. So I've got one, I'll add another one, James 234, and then one more, I will add Michael 456. Okay, so now you will see that we have created the Richards family email group. Okay, so now we are going to go to our email and we're going to create the new message and we'll start typing. And you're going to see Richards family email group. Okay. So I'm going to do it one more time because I feel like I went a little fast. I hope that was informative. So again, to create a group contact, we are going to go to our phone. We are going to create a contact. We are going to name it. We are going to add the emails. Hit done. So it's important to name it something that is going to be easy for you to remember so that you're not always looking for it. It's helpful to have the word group in it too. So if you just wanted to shorten it and just put Richards Group, almost sounds like a business name, but it's your family, you'll remember it, right? Hit Richards Group. Oops, spelled it wrong, apologize. And hit save. I'm not sure why this one keeps asking me about settings. And then we go to our email. Okay. New message, Richards family group. So I think that is an easier way, as a lot of people were saying, to set it up. Now you can also set it up in your email as well. So that was one way. What I just showed you was a way to set up a group contact on your iPhone, because this class is all about using your phone. The original group you just, this is correct. Sandra mentioned a good thing. She said the original group your address will be in your contacts as that group and will come up as you start addressing them again. That is absolutely correct. And that's actually how it works in your phone as well, right? So if you have talked to a lot of your family members a lot in a text message, so for example, like I have all my brothers and sisters in one thread, okay? And if I go to text message somebody else again, so say Genevieve or Anthony, it's going to automatically keep asking me if I want to add all these other people to the thread. So that's a very good point, Sandra. Your phone recognizes the patterns that you've established. So emailing a certain group of people or texting a certain group of people. And so it's really trying to be helpful, I know, in a sort of invasive way, but it's trying to be helpful and letting you know that you can add James and you can add Sue because you previously contacted them in this thread, and that might be really helpful. I think utilizing group emails and setting up those contacts is a nice organizational tool as well. So I think that will be really helpful in any sort of way when you send these group emails. So you're probably wondering, okay, well now I know how to send the group email, but I want to send these people texts with pictures or videos, because that's, I think, what is really important to learn about in this class, given the holidays and how maybe not everybody can be celebrating together. So that leads us to probably my favorite portion about this is taking photos and videos and sharing them. And that's going to be sharing them whether we are texting them, emailing them, printing them. We want ways to go ahead and make sure that our videos and our pictures can be shared and seen for a long time. So I am actually going to, I think, screen share again my actual computer. I think these next slides are visually helpful as I talk through them for you to see, because your camera is so visual and it helps to see what you should be doing when using your camera. So let me go ahead and get that going for you. Share. Okay, so we're going to talk about taking photos and videos. And you can see this is my lovely family. The first step is obviously locating your camera button. And thankfully, iPhone made this very easy for all of us because it is a picture of a camera. Thankfully, sometimes I think they come up with too complex of images and it makes it difficult. So we're going to locate our camera button. And we're going to go ahead and tap on it. You can do this now, like I said previously, or you can take all of this information and when I email it to you guys, you can go ahead and do it yourself at home as well. So we're going to locate our camera button. Now to take a nice photo, the most important part is focus. As you can probably imagine when you get a blurry or dark image. So a good way to take a photo is open up your camera, point it towards what you want, and then you're going to tap on the screen to the focal point that you want to concentrate on. When you tap on the screen, you're going to notice that a box shows up, and that square is showing you where the focal point of the image will be. So for example, in this picture, the focal point was the little girl's face. And then the iPhone camera recognized that I was touching on a face, and then it highlighted with those square boxes everybody else's face. And this will happen if you do the same thing. So you focused on what image you'd like, and then you press you want, or pro tip as I like to say, you can also press either of the volume up or down buttons, and that will also take a picture. Now, similar skills need to be used to take a good video. So same key is used. You open up the camera button, but at the bottom, you'll just toggle over one to the left. You'll see right now, photo is highlighted. So if you just slide that over one to the left, video will become highlighted and the white button will turn red. And we're actually going to do the same exact thing. Whatever you want to focus on, you're going to touch, and that square box is going to appear again. And that's going to be our focal point. And then we're going to press the red button. And then what you're going to see is the timer is going to begin in the top middle. So that's kind of key to know if you made a mistake with the image or the timer. If the timer is not going off, then you most likely know that you're not taking a video and you need to press the button again. Now, I grabbed this image to show everybody how different one picture can look, the same exact picture, on an iPhone. This is the same picture taken on 4 different cameras, looks pretty different on each of them. I'm just showing you this to let you know that everybody's images are going to look different. Okay. A lot of people use editing tools or filters that I'm sure you've heard about. So just don't be discouraged. Everybody's pictures will look different. Everybody has a different camera. Okay. Light hits it differently. But I do want to touch on very simple editing tools that I think will help anybody that does take a picture. So I'm just going to go over the very simple, basic 3 tools, okay? And that's brightening the image, cropping it, or changing the orientation. I think these are 3 really good basic skills to help you utilize your camera. Okay, so to get going on this, you have to go to your photos, which is really like a rainbow looking flower or a prism. And you're going to click on a photo and you will see in the top left corner, it says edit. And you're going to click on it. And the most popular choices you'll see on the bottom right of this slide. Okay, you'll see the crop button, which is that square with the arrows going in alternate directions. Okay, you're going to see that triple circle, which is an add a filter. And then you're going to see that sundial one, which is to change the brightness. So those are really the 3 ones that you will use and that you should maybe take a minute to get familiar with. Again, you will get this. You will get to look at this. So you'll get to take some time with your camera and these slides all together. So the first one, how to crop or change the orientation of a photo. So if we click on that photo that we want to change and we press the edit button, okay, and we pressed the square with those alternating arrows, you're going to notice that this other screen pops up. So now I'm looking at the middle slide. Okay, and that's going to give you those corners that you can go ahead and bring in. You can crop it. You can bring it in to the left, to the right, up, down. Okay, this is cropping the image. And then also, now looking at the last part of the slide, if you see the little square with just the arrow going to the left, that's going to be changing the orientation. So if you want to change it, flip it, go from left, right, maybe it's upside down. Somehow that happens to me when I take pictures. I'm not even sure what I'm doing, but a lot of my camera roll sometimes saves upside down. So that's really helpful. Okay, so to edit, how I got here was I clicked on the picture that I wanted. And then in the top right corner, I pressed the edit button. And this specific edit is how to either crop the picture. So sometimes you want to crop it out, maybe focus on something a little bit more, or if you want to change the orientation. I think brightening, or I guess also darkening, since sometimes that happens as well. Brightening is probably one of the #1 things that people tend to learn how to do on their pictures, because sometimes you cannot control the light and you do want to see people's faces in the pictures. So same way we go about editing for the cropping, we're going to go for editing the brightness. So we're going to click on the picture that we want. We're going to click the edit in the top right corner. Okay, and we're going to hit that brightness dial. It was the sun radial. Okay, and you're going to go ahead and see that drop down with all the different light exposures. And I'm going to go ahead and click brightness, and I'm going to go ahead and change the light. Now you can also, if you want, so I'm making it brighter, you can also bring it down. So if it was a very sunny day and your picture is oversaturated, you can make it darker as well. Most important step, I think, in doing anything, this happens to me all the time, is making sure you hit done at the end. If you do not hit done at the end, it is not saved. Okay, once you hit done, it is saved. Good things to note, this is now considered a version of the original photo. If at any time you wanted to go back and get that original photo back, you could click on the image again. You would hit that edit button, and you could go to the top right and hit revert to original. So your original is never gone, just so you know. A lot of people sometimes get a little worried about having the original disappear and not have it anymore. That is so fun. Is anybody else liking the screen sharing? I think it's exciting. It's a little choppy, I admit, but I think it's helpful in doing this because it seems a little bit more cohesive because you get to see things better. We do have another question. Do the same procedures apply to the iPad as well? Excellent question. They sure do. The wonderful thing about the Apple world is any of these tools or skills that you're learning in these classes for your iPhone will also translate over to your iPad, or even if you have a Mac computer. So very helpful. Yes, on the iPad, it's same icon even. It's the camera button. Same thing for email. In fact, nothing changes. This information translates perfectly over to the iPad. Great question, Joanne. Thank you for asking. So now we kind of talked about taking the picture. Okay. So now what do we do with the picture now that we take it? How do we send it? How do we get rid of it? How do we save it? What do we do with it? This is fun, right? There's a lot to do with pictures. So I think an important message that a lot of photographers send out, especially during now, is to print your pictures. Okay. So we're going to talk about how to print your pictures, but we're also going to talk about how to share your pictures because you want to share them, but you also want to get them. So we're going to cover both of those topics. Oh, the screenshots are great and very helpful. Awesome. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out, so I'm glad I included them. So we're going to kind of keep rolling with it and keep using the screen share. I think it helps follow along a little bit better with the presentation personally, and I'm glad you guys agree. So we're going to go with step first is how to save a photo that you received via text or email. This is a little bit harder to explain, I feel like, only because I know a lot of people have problems with this, especially like my mom has expressed that she's had issues with this as well. So I'm going to try to explain this. It's simple, but I know people have trouble with it. So if somebody sends you a text And it's hard to screen share this. So I am just going to find, let's see, somebody that wouldn't mind that I would share their picture. That's the hard part, right? Here you go. Oh, nope, not that one. Here we go. This is actually a very good example because there are lots of images on it. So, iPhone, share. Okay. So recently we drove safely and went fishing, and we got a bunch of photos from our photographer, and she texted these ones. So if I want to save these ones that she texted me to my phone, I'm going to show you how to do it. So this is the first one. So I'm just going to tap on it. Okay. And in the bottom right, you are going to see this square with an arrow. And if I click on it, it's going to give me tons of options, more options than you're going to know what to do with. So I'll just go down with the easiest ones that we want to look at is save the image. You could also sign it to a contact if you wanted to. You could also, if you were home right now, which I am, I could print it right now to my printer. I could add it to a shared photo album on my phone, which I'm going to show you how to do. Or I could, lots of options, okay? So the ones that I'm going to share with you that I think are most helpful, so I'm going to go back so that we don't go too fast. So Elise texted me all these great photos. Here they are. I'm on my text message screen. This is the first one that I'm going to click on. So I just tap on it. When I tap on it, it brings it to its own screen. And in the bottom left corner, I see this square with an arrow up. And I touch it, and it gives me all these wonderful options. So I love this picture, and maybe I want to send it to my mom. Maybe I want to do it right now. Can hit the message one. Okay. And I just start typing. Mom, sorry. See? So this goes back to Sandra, who was previously mentioning how your groups will pop up again. Sorry, if you know my mom, you know her phone number anyway. She's completely fine with it being out there. Anyways, how she talked about your phone memorizes your groups. Look at all the groups that my mom's in that I didn't create that my phone just memorized. Okay, so I like that picture. And I can send it to my mom. My mom's already seen this picture, and she's watching my kids right now, so she probably would be really confused why I'm teaching a class and sending her a text message. So I'm just going to cancel that out right now. Alternatively, you can email somebody that picture right now. So what I did was I just pressed the mail button. Maybe I want to email to that group I created earlier. Even better. So I'm going to start typing. There they are, the Richards family email group. Okay. Now, important to know, actually, I will go through with this, so I'll send it to myself because this is important to note when sending a picture. So I've put who I want to send it to. This is my from, this is the subject. I'm just going to send them the picture. I think they know why I'm sending it to, but if I wanted to, I could type on the top, hi, I wanted to share this moment with you. XOXO, Claire. And then when I hit the send button, this is important. This is going to ask what size you want to send the image in. Okay? Because those images that I got from my photographer were a pretty large size. So they're asking if I want to reduce the size. I don't. I want to send the real size of the image, or else it might be really small and it might not look as good. So I'm going to do actual size. And there it goes. Sent. Okay. Also, we can just hit save. It's gone. Saved. We'll go to the next one. Same button. We have the same options. We can text it, we can email, we can put it on Facebook. I mean, you know, the options are endless up there. We can save it, we can assign it to a contact. Now, we can do the same thing if my photographer has done his videos. Same operation applies. I don't really recall the last time I have gotten a video, but I can certainly go to my albums and show you. So here's a video. We set up our tree. And the same kind of rules applies to a video. You can text it, you can email it. Now it's not giving me the option to save it because this is actually out of my phone, so it's already saved. But if it had been on a text message thread, you would see the same option. It would say save video. A very popular question that I get when teaching about how to save the pictures on my phone is, what if I have a picture on my computer that I wanted to get on my phone because I wanted to text it to somebody? Not complicated, right? But I've actually gotten that question a lot. So I have a picture on my computer. I wanted to get it on my phone because I want to text it to somebody. The best workaround for that option is to go on your computer and email it to yourself. So go to your email if you're going to Gmail, and you're going to add that attachment. You're going to add that image that was on your computer, and you're going to email it to yourself. Then you're just going to take your phone, because we just learned about that, right? You're going to open the email and you're going to save the picture. So here, I'm going to go ahead and open an email. Oh, perfect. We just sent ourselves an email. How wonderful is this? Okay, let's go ahead and pop on our fantastic screen share ability again. Okay, so I just sent myself that email with that picture. Oh, there it is. Tap on it. Same options. So the same way that you would save an image or a video that you've gotten through your text is the same way you would save it if you got through the email. So again, right, we're looking at the email. This is the email that I just sent myself, but this could be from anybody, okay? And it's got this image on it. All I do is I just tapped it. Tap. That little option in the bottom left with the box and the arrow pops up, and I've got all my options again. Okay, so that's how to save anything that you're getting images or videos through text or video. It's really helpful, okay? Now that you've saved it, you're like, okay, Claire, they're saved. I'm ready to print them. Where do I go? Personally, I'm going to just talk about two, but there are so many. The lists are endless. You can Google. Everybody has their preferences. Whichever one you have learned and mastered works. I'm just going to talk about the two that I think are very easy, super user-friendly. Okay. So you save that picture on your phone and you want to get it printed and put it on your refrigerator, or maybe frame it and put it on your mantle. Walgreens is very easy to use. Okay. I am going to, again, screen share just to show you how you can easily get your images off your phone onto Walgreens to print. I specifically I like Walgreens because I think they're close and they're convenient and it's easy. A lot of times when I'm printing pictures, there's a promo code and they'll print them in an hour for like 30 cents. And that's a really good deal. And I'll continue using them. If I want to print professional pictures, I will use MPix. MPix, M-P-I-X, very high quality. But if I just want everyday pictures printed, you know, for maybe putting on my refrigerator or just printing around the house, I will use Walgreens. So we are going to super easily show you on your iPhone, remember, because this class is all about your iPhone, how to use the Walgreens app to print your pictures. So coming at you live with screen share again. And we're gonna start from the very beginning because I just think that's helpful. We're at the Walgreens app. Let me click on it. The bottom right, you're gonna see an icon for photo. Look, already 30% off mobile app photo orders. Use code SAVE. See, told you. Every time I'm on there, it's fantastic. So I said prints, but there is a lot of same day pickup products from Walgreens, calendars, cubes, photo books, canvas. I have actually gotten one of their large canvases before and it turned out great. But we'll just do prints just for the sake of this example. And you will see right away, where do you want to import your pictures from? So all I did was click prints and now your device. Now it's going to pop up all my pictures. I have a lot of pictures. I'm going to touch on that only for a minute because I know we're getting towards the end and I still want to talk about pictures and storage and get through questions. See, it's still loading. I have a lot of pictures. But I think what goes hands in hand with this topic is storage, right? So you want to be saving all these images and videos on your phone, but you more than likely don't have the storage space to do so. So we're going to touch on that briefly as well. I think this might take a long time, so we're just going to X out. I think, oh, see, like I froze my phone even doing it. But I think you kind of get the example that Walgreens is very easy. It's an application you download in the App Store. It's completely free. Once I put that on my phone, I just went to the photos, which was in the bottom right. I'm going to use their code. It was 30% off today, photo orders, which means I guess today would be a really great day if you wanted to go ahead and take advantage, maybe sending out a Christmas card or something like that, photo card. You can do this all on your phone. It's very helpful. And all the pictures that are on your phone will be available for you to use to print. Again, I'm not married to Walgreens. You can use whatever you like. There is no wrong or right answer as far as printing pictures. I just wanted to show you how easy it is. So now we've kind of come full circle, right? So say Beth took her kids to Lake Catherine and she texted you pictures. Now you know how to save the pictures that you got from Beth through the text message. You could now share them with somebody else, right? Because we learned about the emails. Or you could print them. Maybe a popular question that will come up next is, so I've saved them, I've printed them, I've shared them, now my storage is full. I think that's very common. These phones don't have a lot of storage. So again, included in the slideshow, I will have the instructions so that you can kind of do the rundown yourself and see how much storage you even have left on your phone, if these are viable options for you. I will say for 99 cents a month, you can start using the iCloud backup, which is, you know, all through your iPhone, which is a little helpful in keeping your photos all on your phone. Some of our questions kind of talked about what happens to pictures, and we're going to go through that. Storage, it's hard to manage, so that is one reason why maybe you're not saving as much as you would like on your phone, and I understand that. A good way I tell people to get it off is to put everything on your computer, and then to do that, you know, simply you would just plug in your phone to your computer. But I understand that it's really nice, even for me, just to be able to sit down and have everything in one place. So if you don't want to run out of storage, using iCloud is a very helpful resource that doesn't require you to get a lot of outside applications, because I find for myself, having less is more. So being able to have everything stored in my iPhone is easier than paying for all these other services to store my photos, personally. We're going to go through a few of the questions that we have. If you have any more, you can feel free to email me or type them in the chat group. But I think these are really good ones that we can cover. Will photos remain saved on my phone forever? They are definitely on your phone forever. But if this phone breaks or gets run over or gets thrown in a pool, are the photos still gone? Yes, unless you save them elsewhere to a cloud backup or to your computer. So they are on this physical phone. But if something happens to this phone, are they elsewhere? That's something that you have to kind of take care of. So that's kind of what I talked about in the slide that you will get about storage. Is there another way or place I should store them so I have more room on my phone? If so, how? So yeah, that's kind of what we talked about, the iPhone storage. And I did list this on our steps so that you can kind of review what you have. But if you go to your settings, at the very top is your name, and there is an option for iCloud. And that allows you to manage the storage and see currently how much you have and how much it costs to upgrade. So currently, I won't even tell you how much I use. A lot. I use a lot. That's just the type of person I am. But you can go to your iCloud and you can see and you can manage it all there very easily. An alternate, which I know a lot of people also like to use, is Google Photos. So if you have a Gmail account, Gmail is Google. So Google Photos would make great sense for you. That's simply an application that's also included in the slideshow. And if you were actually at last session's class, we talked about Google Photos. So we can definitely keep touching on some of these reoccurring themes because photos take up a lot of room and we're trying to find them. I miss my camera zoom lens. How can I zoom in on a subject using my mobile phone camera? Good question. So to zoom in, you pinch with your fingers. Let's see if I can show you really well on a picture. So if we have this picture, I simply pinch and I'm zooming. And you would do the same thing if you're in camera mode. A little bit more difficult for me to show in camera modes, but same thing. I'm simply going to going away, going towards. So that's a good one. Joan says iCloud charges, that's correct. So you have up to 10 gigabytes of storage with iCloud for free, and then it is 99 cents. I brought it up so that people could just know a source that was already on your phone, because for a lot of people, it's easy and worth the 99 cents to not have to use outside sources. But you certainly can use Google Photos. Google Photos is not free and unlimited. That is actually not true, Joan, because what Google does is they actually compress your images to make them smaller for you to have unlimited. They do actually charge you if you want to save your full-size images. So just so you know that for clarification purposes, it's not completely free. To find your iCloud storage, you're going to go to your settings button. And at the very top, you'll see your name, and you're going to click on it. And that's going to bring you to another screen that's going to say name, password, payment, subscriptions, and then iCloud. So I can actually screen share that just so that we can all see that. So she was asking how we get to see our iCloud storage. So you're going to go to your settings. And at the very top, you're going to see your name. And you're going to click on it. Then you're going to see all these options. And then at the bottom, you see iCloud. and I'm going to click on iCloud. And this is going to show you all the different ways that you are currently using iCloud and what is stored on there. So if you only have a concern of saving your pictures, you could toggle your pictures on and toggle everything else off. That's completely your choice. I'm crazy about my content. I save everything. That's just me. But that is how you would get to your iCloud storage and see things and be able to manage your storage. So if you were wondering, like, why do I have so much stuff? Manage your storage is going to show you where all of your memory on your phone goes to. A lot. Let's see. How do I retrieve photos I've stored in the cloud? Great question. So I think this is the most confusing and deceiving concept about Apple. And let me just let you know that I'm the biggest Apple fan. I appreciate their product very much so. It's a very quality computer. I've had my MacBook Pros for years, but this is very confusing. Great question. So if you're still on here, please listen up. How do I retrieve photos that I've stored in the cloud? If you have stored photos in the cloud, they are on your phone in Photos. If you delete a photo from your phone, it is deleting from the cloud. Isn't that deceiving? Because what is the point of the cloud? So I'm going to repeat this again. Okay. I have all of these photos on my phone. And all of these photos on my phone are also saved in the cloud. I pay for it because I have a surplus, but you could also have free if you have less than 10 gigabytes, okay? But if I go to a specific photo, so say it's a bad photo or whatever, and I delete it, it is also deleting from the cloud. Now, that said, you can retrieve your photos you've stored in the cloud outside of your phone. Okay, so to do this, you would go on your computer and you would go to www.icloud.com. And it's going to ask for your iTunes login. And you're going to log in there and it's going to have everything that you have saved to the cloud. So, pro tip, before I ever bring my phone in to get fixed, I go on my computer, I log into my iCloud, I make sure everything's on there that's supposed to be, and then I go to the Apple store to get my phone fixed. Because now I know if for any case or reason, they were like, oh, we have to replace your phone and everything you have on it's gone, I can say, that's okay, it's all in the cloud. And when you get me a new phone, I can just put it all back on and it'll be the same phone again. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over that again because I think it's really confusing. If you have multiple devices, so for example, I have an iPhone and I have a Mac and I have an iPad, and they are all synced to the same iTunes account. And that means if I take a picture on this phone, it also shows up on my photos on my computer and also shows up on my photos on my iPad. If I went on my iPad and I deleted that photo, it's deleting from all of my devices and from the iCloud. I hope that makes sense because I thought that was really confusing. I was under the impression that iCloud was a separate storage so that my phone would be free and clear. So let me clarify that too. So you're probably like, but Claire, I'm using the iCloud and I have way more pictures than I know my phone can handle. How is that possible? So here's what iPhone does do though. So you have all these photos on your phone and you store them in the cloud and they're also on your phone, but they're on your phone for viewing. If you were actually going to try to send that picture or do anything with that picture, it would then now have to download from the cloud because it's not actually on your phone. So that's a little confusing, I know, a little quirky ways, but that's how you have more photos on your phone than you can actually handle storage-wise because they're saved in the cloud and just like an image. is saved on your phone, not the actual entire file of the photo. I hope that kind of makes sense. I know that was confusing, but I feel like it's easy. They try to make it tricky. I don't want you to lose your photos. I guess that's a really thing. So we're going back to our questions. Thank you for the good questions. Why do pictures that I take with my phone come out blurry? Great question. Lots of different answers could solve that. I'm going to say the most common ones. First and foremost, clean your lens. I mean, it's in your pocket, it's in your purse. Things happen to it. Take a wipe it down with an, alcohol, sanitizer, something, wipe. Okay. Second, remember how we talked about you have to touch the focal point of your image? Super important. And next, how much did you zoom? You can definitely take a picture from far away, but if you are zooming and zooming and zooming to try to get a very teeny tiny bird and a big tree to show up on your phone, it'll be difficult. So those are probably the top 3 reasons why your picture is blurry. Your camera lens is dirty. You didn't touch to focus, or it's just too far away in general, and you need to find something else to take a picture of. Why are there so many choices for photo resolutions? What resolution should I choose for taking or printing a 4x6 prints? Great question. I'm not sure what detail, like background, you would need to know. Definitely always try to get the highest resolutions for your pictures if you're trying to print them, and this is so they don't show up pixelated or grainy, some people will say. So I would always just try to get the biggest image you possibly can. So previously when we talked about sending that image through email, remember it gave me all those different size options and I chose the biggest one. I would do that every time, no matter what you're doing. Always choose the biggest one. How do I post pictures on Facebook? Oh, well, I think probably you guys saw that, that you had that option when you press the square button with the arrow. So I don't. Oh, okay. We'll show you the Facebook one in a second, but this is a good one. I don't have a camera built in on my computer, so I'm always just getting a black square on Zoom. What can I do? Zoom actually allows you to upload an image, and I'll go ahead and include a slide of that on my presentation so that you'll have an image to give you instructions on how to do that. So yeah, unfortunately, if you are on Zoom and you have your camera turned off, so like right now, I know a lot of people have their camera turned off, which is totally fine. I'm not bothered by it whatsoever. But you can switch that and you can make it into a beach scene if you want. I've seen some really creative pictures people put in their backgrounds to kind of make it a little bit more fun. So I'll go ahead and include instructions how you can change up your black screen and make it a little bit more fun. Email list, we definitely talked about. So we can definitely talk about Facebook. So we have all these great pictures. How do we get on there? So I will show you 2 ways to share a picture on Facebook, and then I will go ahead and wrap up because these hours go so fast. Every time I teach one of these classes, I think, what happens if I can't go for an hour? And sure enough, every time I'm at the end and I could go on for another hour. Is that common? I'm not sure. Okay. Let's just show super quickly if we wanted to, how to throw up an image on Facebook. And then we will say our do. I'm going to screen share again because I'm just having a lot of fun with that. And, I got the new fancy cord to do so. So, hey. Okay. So, my son, he's so cute. Okay. So, same option, bottom left. We're going to pop it up. You're going to see any of the social media that you have on your phone is going to pop up right here and it's going to allow you. So, here's the picture. I can hit Facebook, where to share it. I'm going to do news feed. Boom, pops it right up. Alternatively, we'll go ahead and cancel this out. I can just go to Facebook directly. At the top, look at my little girl doing little workout. Okay, I can go tap, photo. Again, my phone takes a long time, right? And here's my photo roll. can go to all your different photos and you can put a shit right there. So I'm going to just go ahead and go on a limb and say that on the bottom left, that square with the arrow is your best friend. And that's going to pop up for photos or videos, giving you all these awesome options. Did you just notice that it says 9:41 on my phone? It's really weird. Anyways, it's going to give you all these awesome options for you to take advantage of. And I think it makes it easier because it's all in one place. So I'll go ahead and stop doing that. I think, let me just go through one more second to make sure. I think I've gotten all the questions. I know that was a lot. So this class, we kind of tagged on to our last class, right? We talked about group videos. Now we're on to group emails and group chat and sharing videos and photos. I hope each class you learn a little bit more and you're able to put more pieces together and tackle technology with a little bit more oomph and less frustration, and hoping that this makes your holiday season with your family a little bit easier. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you so much, Claire. Again, that was awesome content. Mary Jo, thank you so much for the introduction, and we'll look forward to the next one, which will be in a couple weeks here. So thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good holiday.